Happy Monday to all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So good to be with you. Beautiful sunny day here in Asheville, North Carolina. Had a beautiful weekend, which I'll share more about very shortly. First, we start as we always start. We begin as we always begin with a little opening meditation. So we're just going to take a few moments of silent space together to ground together, to be fully present together, to be fully here together, to be fully now together, to be fully and wholly together. Allowing thoughts to be as they are, allowing the emotional body, the emotional energy to be as it is in this space, allowing the sensory perceptions in the physical body to be as they are. The internal sensory perceptions to be as they are, external sensory perceptions to be as they are. Allowing everything to be exactly as it is. Forming an unconditional relationship with this moment, an unconditional relationship with the now, which means an unconditional relationship with life. Because life is happening now. Pay attention to your breath, slow, deep breaths into the bottom of the stomach. And take 3 deep breaths together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, you can open your eyes with fresh, innocent eyes, as if you're seeing life for the first time. Just take a few moments to look around the space in silence. Notice if things feel more vibrant, alive, colorful. Vivid. Notice if you're more present, if you feel a deeper sense of presence, if you are present for the presence. So I had a really great weekend. Saturday we had the one-day retreat in Highlands, North Carolina. A really great group of people came out from lots of different places. Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, yeah, the southeast essentially, kind of converging by automobile from all different parts and areas, and came together in this beautiful place in the mountains of the forest, right near a waterfall, this incredible waterfall, which I took a video of and shared on Facebook yesterday, so you can view it there, as well as some feedback from people that were at the retreat. But really, you know, it's amazing time and time again to see, for me, because I'm at all of these retreats, to see the way that people who think that they don't know each other, quote unquote, that they're strangers, that they're not familiar, to see how quickly we can realize this essence of who we are, and that this essence is the same and reflected between each other. We're reflections of the one divine infinite light. We can say that with words. We're all reflections of God. We're all pieces of God. We can say that with words. But then to open to it and realize it in a space with other actual living, breathing human beings in community together is another level. So where the first is just an intellectual, conceptual understanding, the second is an experiential opening from the electromagnetic frequency of the heart, and the hearts come into attunement in the space together, and it opens us to something that's exponentially more powerful than we'd ever be in by ourselves. And then the only thing that's necessary is to say yes to the invitation. Same thing in this space. This is the same space, except that it's online. So you don't physically see each other. You don't physically see the physical bodies of each other, so it's a more subtle and maybe more challenging to tune in than when you're in physical space together. But still, there's an attunement of electromagnetic frequencies of the heart of everyone that's participating, listening, connecting, this unified resonant field of presence together, which makes it easier to say yes to the invitation. And all that's required is to say yes to the invitation. But we tend to have this fear of saying yes to the invitation. Why is there this fear of saying yes to this invitation? And the invitation is always available now. It's always available right now. It's never not available right now, because it's always right now. So the invitation is always available now. The invitation to say yes to life, to this moment, to the presence, to all the universe has to offer, to all the universe is, to the gift, is always now. The invitation is always right now. Will you say yes to this invitation? Will you say yes to this invitation? What holds us back from saying yes to this invitation? If we explore it, well, there could be a lot of things that hold us back from saying yes to this invitation. Maybe we feel We're not worthy, right? That's the underlying root, is the sense of not feeling worthy, not feeling ready, not feeling good enough, not feeling there yet, not feeling smart enough, not feeling beautiful enough, not feeling like you have enough money, not feeling like you live in the right place, not feeling like you have the right relationship, not feeling like you have the right job, etc., etc. I can go on and on and on and on. Not feeling like you've read the right books. There's always something. There's always some future. There's always some future reason, or some reason to hold off, to put off, to delay God's invitation to the infinitude of the universe in this moment. God's invitation to now. There's always a reason to hold off. There's always a reason to delay. And we can find, the mind can create. The mind is a creative tool, so it can create whatever we want to put its task to, whatever we want to have it work on. So if we want to have the mind work on ways to delay, reasons, justifications to delay saying yes to life, saying yes to this moment, saying yes to community, saying yes to love, saying yes to freedom, saying yes to peace, saying yes to empowerment. If we want to find a reason to delay, we can find the reasons. There's lots of reasons. There's so many different reasons. I'm seeing different comments, and I'll address them a little bit later. I'm in a little bit of a flow here, so I want to stick with what's coming through. To say yes to this moment is all that's required. But to say yes to this moment means you, the separate sense of self, the egoic sense, the illusionary separate sense of a self, with all its limitations, with all its ideas, its rigidity around who it is and what it is and who you are and what you are, and the things that you can't do and the things that you can't achieve and the things that you'll never accomplish. All of that for a moment, just for this moment, needs to go. And then there's just, and the real true gift of a great teacher is to open you to this. That's the true gift of the teacher, to open you to this. And if you can open to it for this moment, now, not tomorrow, not in 5 minutes, not in 5 seconds, now, open to the sense of the boundless you, which is unlimited, which is infinite. And you can share this space with another or with others. Then we're living in the alignment of truth in which all things are possible. All things are possible, but now we're living in the alignment of the truth in which all things are possible. And in that living in alignment of this truth, that all things are possible and all things are temporary, and the essence of who we are is unchanging, is the ground of being, there's this deep sense of the boundless depths of inner peace, freedom, love in the true sense of the word, in the truest sense of the word, love, unconditional love for this moment, and an empowerment, because we're not looking for anything outside of ourselves anymore. We realize this essence within ourselves. And this conscious community, when we come together in person, allows us to access. It's like a gateway. This moment is always available, right? Because it's always now. But the conscious community and the intention, the focalized intention together on the truths I'm speaking about, and a supportive community of others with the same shared intention, allows this come into being more easily. Thus, the value of community, and thus the value of conscious community, and why there's this call, this impulse on the planet, around the world right now, for people on this conscious path, on this path of awakening, to find each other and to come together, in person and online as well. So let's see what we have here. The fear of rejection is interesting, and that's something maybe we can explore more tomorrow. I like that inquiry, because what are we fearing? When we fear someone rejects us, excuse me, we're fearing something really about ourselves. It's not really about the other person. I'm afraid if I tell you about this part of myself, you're going to reject me. Or if I ask you to do this for me, you're going to say no. So if I say, hey, could you give me a ride to the store? And you say no, I feel rejected. Oh, I'm being rejected. So why do I feel bad that you said no? You can't give me a ride to the store. What does that say about me, that you can't give me a ride to the store, right? What does it say about me? That's the question to inquire. It goes back to the same question over and over and over, which is, what is the story, the structure, what we're identifying and attaching ourselves with? And something happens that kind of pokes at that, or sticks at that, or makes us feel like we're going to lose that, or triggers ideas about ourselves we don't care for, we don't like. And the fear of rejection really points back to the attachment and identification with the egoic story, and saying something about ourselves that response is bringing up inside us. Someone saying they can't give us a ride to the store is no big deal, right? It happens all the time. People can, sometimes they can't. But when it feels like they're not saying, I can't take you to the store, they're saying, actually, I don't like you, or you're not worthy, or you're not good enough, or I don't think you're fun to be around. Or so all these things is what we're really feeling, and then we feel this sense of low self-worth. We feel like we're not good enough, and then there's that fear of rejection. So now I won't even ask, right? I won't even ask for what I want. I won't even ask for what I desire. I won't even ask for what I'm looking for, because I have a fear of rejection. But what if I can ask for what I want and what I desire and what I want to create in my life, and whether someone says yes to me or no has no bearing on my sense of self-worth, right? Because I know who I truly am, beyond the egoic illusion, the separation, the illusionary separation of ego, the ego consciousness, identification, and attachment with the ego. I know who I truly am, that transcends the story, any story of myself. Anybody else have anything they want to share? It's great to see you, Phyllis, Danielle, Regini, Hamodi, Ishraq, love seeing you here. Sylvia, of course I love seeing you here. Heather, it's great to see everybody here. And I think we are complete for today. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And I just might be back tomorrow.